Aloha, everybody. Tuesday was a good session overall after the long weekend. We came back to see stocks rally again. The New York Stock Exchange was up 0.11%. Volume was actually heavier than the day before. And if you look at the TSV and MACD, you can see that we're full steam ahead. Everything looks good. It's the same way no matter where we look. If we go to the S&P 500, same similar situation. More new highs, volume heavy day before. TSV and MACD in complete confirmation. Russell 2000, same similar situation. More new highs. TSV, MACD in complete confirmation. And the NASDAQ, more new highs. Volume was below average, lower than the day before, but that's okay. TSV and MACD is still confirming. And then when we look at the other oscillator, we're starting to get into overbought territory, but that's all right. Stochastics like to stay overbought once they get there in really strong markets. So we see the same thing across the board. Whoops. Just total absolute confirmation. No reason to try to outsmart this market. We'll let the uptrend last how it wants to last. There's really nothing more to add, nothing more to say. This market is strong. We would like to see a consolidation, and while we have been up 5 days in a row on the NASDAQ, we've been up 10, 11, and 12 days in a row before, so it's not really anything that's too crazy just yet. But if we don't really launch at least a 10% move in the market based on the patterns that we have out there, I'll be quite shocked. But everything looks good. I do still have some house cleaning. TMF is another 50% sell below the 50-day moving average. I tell you what, we've lost a lot of gains in this issue off the highs before we even got. So we've gone from 51% gain in the position to now completely inverse, 15% gain. That's just sometimes how it goes. Had some partial profit taking signals before. Really didn't get any, before the 20-day moving average break. So what are you going to do? But TMF is another 50% sell. Also, ALGT, damn, I thought this one was going to run. Set sell stops. They got hit. Things were working good for one day. Pulled back normally. Kind of a little bit rough, though, on the second day. And if you look here, you can see that we're closing below the 20-day moving average. Since we don't have any gains on it, I don't care if it's higher volume or not. There's too many good stocks out there. That is a 50% sell. My final cut loss position on this trade whenever I went long here was going to be this low a day, 173.13. I'm going to go ahead and change that now to 173.76. So I do not want to see this stock move below that intraday low. If it does, I am out. So ALGT on an end-of-day basis is 50% sell. It already took me out of half of it intraday. And then also intraday, I got completely stopped out of HPJ. If you didn't, you're still fine. But HPJ, to me initially, the original signal was on the 12th. So I used the low day of 533 as a final cut loss level following yesterday's signal. It actually traded down to 531. One of my sells and one of my accounts was at 530. The other one was at 531 after checking again. But somehow I got sold out of HPJ at $5.30 when the low day was 531. Thanks, Interactive Brokers. You rock. But overall, the pattern's good. Maybe what I should have done on HPJ, since it was a smaller, 532 for half of it, and then maybe I should have used 519 as the ultimate final cut loss level. But I'm out of HPJ. Good luck, everybody. Hope it works out. It's still a nice chart pattern, but yeah, I'm out. And heavier volume reversal day. Not good to see in a strong market. I really have no new long positions. The most interesting one to me was CRTO. It's breaking out of a very nice long consolidation pattern, a bit much for one day, up 5%. Come to find out, earnings are tomorrow, so now it becomes a buyable gap up potential with it already breaking out if it follows through on these gains and heavier volume in the after hours session. I'm not sure if it's before the market opening or after market opening. I just know it's tomorrow. CRTO could be a buyable gap up candidate. Also, I flagged SEMO. This could be an add signal right here. I really don't like seeing BOP going the wrong direction. So if volume would have increased here, BOP would have increased here along with price. I would go ahead and say, okay, let's get along a little bit of SEMO. I mean, I don't have much cash left in the cash account, so it's not like I could really do much with it. The margin account's fine, but you know, with SEMO losing some green BOP here and it not rising, I'm going to go ahead and pass. I hope I don't regret it. I should be long at 28.90, and considering it's at 29.90, you know, I don't know, but I really like it, but I'm not going to go ahead and go long it, but I might as well give it to you guys if you guys really like it. If CMO's base was a lot longer and BOP was inching higher instead of inching lower ever since these highs here in February, it'd be a different story, but for right now it's a pass. Also, AFFX, I flagged that one. PCYC is a perfect speculator stock and a CanSlim quality stock. Earnings are also tomorrow, so you can't buy it now. But if it breaks out above this flat base consolidation pattern it's putting in on volume, it's definitely a viable gap up candidate, with it being a CanSlim and perfect speculator stock. So go ahead and keep watching that one. Also, RCPT is a perfect speculator scan stock. It has retaken its 50-day moving average. Flagged that one. JD, I think earnings are coming up like, I don't know, but I think earnings are coming up on this one. Let's just go ahead and look it up together since we have a little bit of time. But market speculator likes this one. And of course, I was already long this one once. And God knows why Market Smith wants to take forever in pulling up these charts, but it's been doing this all day long. 3-3, so you actually have time, so no big deal on JD. But JD's breaking out below average volume, so I'm not that impressed. And then CRMD is one of the stocks that I would like to go long back in the day. Once again, normally whenever I buy these stocks, the 20, 10, and 5-day moving average are on top of each other. Like if you look at VUZI, they're all on top of each other. CRMD, they're not on top of each other, so I'm not going to go ahead and do a speculative long position CRMD, but once again, I'll bring it forth to everybody. I consider it a speculative long position potential here, 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 and here. So, you know, if it can go sideways just a few more days and the 20-day moving average can now catch up, I'm definitely interested. But for right now, the only stock that I am interested in is VUZI. VUZI is producing a pocket pivot point signal as it starts to break out of this consolidation pattern. As you can see here, the 20-day moving average is caught up to the price, so 5, 10, 20 is all on top of it to go along with that pocket pivot point signal and max green BOP. I love the story of this stock. Check it out. So overall, this will be my one and new long position. It's a speculative long position, so I will not be giving it to gold subscribers. But I thought I would go ahead and give it to everybody else because it's a great chart pattern. Very similar to ARWR, but what's the difference? ARWR in 2013 had max green BOP the whole way. Let's go back here and just remind everybody what it looked like before it popped when it had its pocket pivot point signal. And you can see similar situation, but not quite as nice. VUZI is not quite as nice as ARWR, but so VUZI is going to be the only long signal so far for me tonight, but CMO is probably the best candidate overall.